now. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. From the back of the I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. Steven Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They go play action here on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a first and 10 at the 15. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. He adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 48 yards. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll run here with Freeman. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll give it to him up the middle, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Allen now on third and goal. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Star Lotulelei. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So that interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And now out come the Bills. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, here's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Trubisky will throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Taron Johnson made the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
You see it? You see it?
This is Howard on second down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll try to run for it with Howard. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Peterman and the Bills come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first throw for the backup Peterman. Forced out to his left. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. On first down, this is Ivory. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
First carry here for Taiwan Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on third down, Peterman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Leopard!
Here's the first throw now for Chase Daniel. And this is complete to Zach Miller. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Daniel going to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot, because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
Gone! Detroit!
On 4th down, Daniel. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, he would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
No, check, Patriot!
On 3rd down, it's Cohen down to the 25. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Now Daniel on 1st down. It's complete. It's Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Daniel now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Daniel now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing on third down, Daniel. They still can't get it. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Here's Peterman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Daniel. Going up top. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Josh Bellamy, 32 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. On first down, Peterman looking deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The Bills send the punter out. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Now Cohen. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Bills on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Peterman. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it? I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. The give is to Jones. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll try and run for him with Jones. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the red zone now, here's Peterman on first down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Peterman. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there. Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right? It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3. And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because
What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Going up top for Miller. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This is Cohen. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They fake the give. Daniel. Flush to his right. That's complete right around the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
All right, here we go.
Throwing now, Peterman on first down. Steps away to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's Daniel. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Shotgun snap for Daniel. The catch made by Miller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Daniel. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On second down, here's Daniel. And he's got his tight end Miller. Touchdown Bears. Zach Miller, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears will extend their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's Peterman. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. Peterman now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Out of the gun, Peterman. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. A running play now for Ivory. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And some room to maneuver. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Daniel. Going deep this time for Miller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 3rd down, Daniel. He's going to wind up and air it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
After the interception, here's Peterman. This complete to the tight end Clay. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. They'll throw on 1st down with Peterman. And that'll be incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Peterman. They set up the screen to Ivory. There he goes inside the 30. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Does the big boy have the juice? And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Handoff to the fullback, Burton. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made by Ramon Humber.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Off play action. Daniel. And fights him off. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Off play action, Daniel. And he's got Miller. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, 33 yards. And the Bears capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. And he knocks it through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here come the Bills. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Peterman to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now Daniel on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And Daniel fakes the handoff. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Peterman and the Bills come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Peterman. And now another one thrown incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here we go. Peterman on 4th down. And able to find Curley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll give it up to Ivory. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now Peterman on second down. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Peterman. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. His tight end Clay, the intended receiver. Daniel going to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills' offense coming out, ready to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Peterman. He sets up the screen to Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Detroit! Detroit!
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.